welcome to SveNFL. It's Jonathan Rollins, alone, and I'm one American living in Sweden, talking about football. Yeah, normally I'm joined by my boy Schif. He's still on vacation, enjoying the U.S. and all of its democracy and freedom and amazingness. And it's gotten better since he got there. So, oh man, preseason has started. I'm still getting through these coaching breakdowns. So I might do multiple because I want to be done with all 8 divisions before the season gets going. So it might be multiple coming at you. And if you're a fan of the NFC South, you might appreciate this or be mad at me because I might get some, I might hate your team. I don't know. But Schif, it's unfortunate Skif's not here, but this might make it where it's not so much bias on the pod because he's going to be thinking his team is the best. He's a Falcons fan, as y'all might know. So this is going to be like, maybe I can give him the information for the AFC East and he can go through that. I'll do things a little bit differently now because it's just me, and I felt like the last one might have been kind of boring. So I thought it might be nice to add some pictures. So if those of you that are watching the episode, you'll get to see what the coaches look like. That was all I did. I was going to put some like stats and stuff up. I will go through some stats. I decided to say how it went for the teams last year and show the new coaching staffs and the types of offenses and defenses that they run. So I'll be going through coaching, background, and the coordinators and the style that they use. All right. So it won't be that long of an episode, but it will be informative, I would like to think. So first things first, we could talk about the NFC South. They are kind of seen by the NFL as the weakest division. Them and the AFC South seem like they're the two rivals, but maybe the weakest division in the NFC. Some might say the NFC East, maybe, but you still have the champion. You have the champion team there, and the Redskins are rising. I'm sorry, the Cowboys are. The Commanders are rising, and the Cowboys are always going to be mid-level, but with these crazy expectations. But the South, man, the NFC South, it looks like we might have 2 bottom-of-the-barrel teams this season based on projections and whatnot. So the Panthers, though people like their coach, and we'll talk about him, nobody's projecting them to win, to be a wild card team. And the Saints, they're predicted to finally have ripped off the Band-Aid and are going to have a couple seasons of feeling the burn as they get their salary cap fixed. So this is kind of a 2-team division, I would say, and I'm sure Schif would agree with me that the Tampa Bay Bucks, who won the division last season and season before, I believe, they're kind of the leaders of that division. They're the team to beat. And then the Falcons are always they seem like there's potential for the Falcons to overtake us. I think between those 2 teams, I'd be surprised if any other team won that division. I'm not going to predict a division winner because we're going to collaborate on that when Schif gets back. So let's just talk about it, man. There's been a lot of change in this division with they kind of got some eccentric owners over here, but the head coaches, we got some new coach. We have a first-year coach. We have some turnover, a lot of turnover in the coordinator positions. People getting hired away from the division. So it's a lot of change that we'll go through. We're going to examine coaches, offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, and we're going to go in the order of their division finish. So it's going to be Bucks, Falcons, Saints, and then the Panthers. So we'll go through the background tenures, the philosophies, and that'll be it for the 2025 season of the NFC South. First things first, we'll get to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The team to beat, winners of the division. They happen to have on their roster the best player in the NFL, Baker motherfucking Mayfield. Yes, Baker Mayfield is that dude. I'm gonna be using this more, and obviously I'm joking about Baker Mayfield. I really like him, but obviously he's not the best player in the league. But he's done very well. The Bucks, they still have their head coach from last year, but they do have a new offensive coordinator. So we might see a little fall off for Baker Mayfield. That's one thing to think about. But the coach, Todd Bowles, 61 years old. He was born in 1963. He was hired in 2022. I don't know if you remember, but Bruce Arians stepped down. We talked about it on this podcast, that he stepped down and he had the most diverse coaching staff in the NFL, basically. And he moved into the front office. I don't know if he's still there, but he made sure that they had Todd Bowles, and this is his second stint as head coach, or technically his third, I guess. He was head coach of the Jets 2015-2018 when they gave him nothing. It looked so miserable on the sidelines. And he was interim head coach for the Dolphins when they fired Joe Philbin right after that wonderful Hard Knock season. He's got some people from his coaching tree that have done some good stuff, or that are in the same coaching tree as him. You got Carl Durrell, Dan Campbell, Brian Dable, Dave Canales, who's also in the division, and Liam Cohen, who was hired away. He was and all those people have gone on to be head coaches. So Bowles, he's got a little bit of sprinkle in him, man. He's touching stuff that's turning to gold, man. Gold. He's touching stuff that's moving on to more success in the league. But Liam Cohen is the big departure from him. So he got hired away to the AFC South. Winning percentage, he's 53-65 as head coach, but with the Bucks, because that also includes those years with the Jets. But with the Bucks, 27-24, so that's 53%. Overall, 45% winning percentage with those bad years with the Jets. But that's still like a little bit over 500. It's not too great, but it works if you're in the NFC South, who I also said was kind of trash. The new offensive coordinator there is John Grizzard. I wonder if he says Grizzard. But, oh, yeah, my bad. I said I was going to have my little stuff here. Let's go. I put my Bucks staff up here. Yeah. Matter of fact, we put them all up. Yeah. These are the guys I was talking about. Todd Bowles right here, Josh Grizzard, and Todd Bowles, we'll talk about him later. But, yeah, the offensive coordinator is John Grizzard. He joined them last year as a pass game coordinator. He's 35 years old, younger than me. This stuff might make me feel old, some of these things. Born in 1990, goddamn. He was the pass game coordinator last year. He got promoted to offensive coordinator once Liam Cohen got hired away to the Jaguars. So this is his second year on staff, and first year we'll get to see what he's doing with as offensive coordinator. Last year, the Bucs offense was fourth in the league. I wouldn't have guessed that until I read this. I was like, oh, shit. They were fourth in the league in points scored per game. This is the stat I'm going to use, looking at points, because it's a good way it's a good stat to use. I don't do that all the EPR, PPA, all the shit that these analyst guys are doing. But Josh Grizzard is saying that he wants aggressive and vertical offense. He's going to attack downfield more. That's good when you got the best player in the league. He's doing more pre-snap motion and shifting, similar to the Dolphins offense that we know about. He's worked there with the Dolphins in the past, and he's trying to create mismatches and put pressure on defenses. That's what he's saying. And he wants to score more points, even though they were scoring a bunch of points last year. That was their thing, man. You might score on them, but they'll score back on you. They're shifting away. They used to do more short passing, and they're saying that they're going to shift to deeper routes and more stretching the field under Grizzard. And the pre-snap motion, he's going to bring that over from Miami, influencing their offense. He wants to create confusion, as I said. They're focusing on extending, basically combining what they did last year with Cohen and this new motion stuff, and focusing on blocking, route running, all the stuff these coaches say, man. But basically, they're adding motion to what they were doing. And technique and teaching, I guess, is going to be his focus. So they want to be more explosive. That's what it comes down to. And then Todd Bowles, who was a really good defensive coordinator throughout his career, he's gonna still be defensive coordinator for the Bucs. So we know what we get with them. They were ranked 16th in points allowed per game. They were fifth in rush defense. They were holding teams under 96 yards a game. They run a complex and aggressive. That's his thing. Aggressive defense. They do 4-3 and 3-4. And so they try to confuse people, I guess. And they do cover 3 and cover 2. So they just mix it all up. Blitz, disguises. He's kind of that type of defensive coordinator, mastermind dude, man. And he's very aggressive. He's known for his aggressive nature. Blitz heavy, disguise and pressures, catch you off guard. He's coming for you on third down. And then the fact that they mix 3-4, 4-3, cover 3, cover 2, and different variations of like the Tampa 2 with the linebacker dropping deep. That's what the Tampa 2 does. And they send rushers from everywhere. In the Todd Bowles defense, that's what you're going to get. And disguise. So they try to trick the quarterbacks. Young quarterbacks don't do very well against the Todd Bowles defense. He uses, as you can see, with using 3-4 and 4-3, he's using all the front seven on his defense. And they have maybe the best defensive tackle in the league, Vita Vea. But he's even been known to drop Vita Vea back just as a disguise. And you got this big-ass fat man in the middle, but the blitz is coming from the side. You don't see it coming. And the focus is to create turnovers, catch you off guard, make you fuck it up, or make you make a mistake, I should say. And that impacts the game. He's known for in-game adjustments as well, so you might get a different game first half than you get second half. So that's it pretty much for the Bucs. That's what you got. You got Todd Bowles, head coach, Todd Bowles, defensive coordinator, and Josh Grizzard is your offense. That's what we got there. And then we got the Atlanta Falcons. See right there, we got our head coach. They have Raheem Morris, 48 years old. Damn, born in 76. He was hired last year. That was his first year, and that's his second season. He was head coach for the Bucs back in 2009 to 2011. I forgot about that. And I know he was interim coach for the Falcons too. Damn. Oh, yeah, the Bucs. Yeah, okay. I don't know why I was thinking. Okay, yeah, he was the interim coach. I remember when he was head coach for the Bucs. He was too young, though. He was like 30 years old, something like that. But he was under Pete Carroll. He was at Kansas State before that. He's also a part of that McVay grouping, all of those guys with the super football nerdy, and I think that helps him too. He's a really diverse coach because of that. His head coaching record, 29-47, which is 38% win rate. And with the Falcons last year, they were 8-9, so that's 47%. I don't think you could really judge him on that win percentage when I feel like he was head coach too early, in his early 30s or whatever. But it is what it is. Offensive coordinator there, as you see on the picture, is Zach Robinson. Neither one of these coaches, all three, they passed the punchable face test. So, I don't want to punch any of them in the face. You'll see a punchable face very soon. But Zach Robinson's 39 years old. He joined last year, of course, joining Raheem Morris. They were last year 14th in points per game, 6th in total offense, with 370 yards per game. Not so bad. They run West Coast offense, play action, a lot of play action. Running back, they got one of the best running backs in the league, as most of y'all probably know. And they're designed to be versatile, maximizing their offensive strengths. And now they have, the starting quarterback is now Michael Penix, lefty Penix, doing what he do. They got Drake London too. I love that dude, man. I like Drake London a lot, and they do a lot of pistol, focusing on arm strength, using that West Coast system, getting short, accurate passes. So that's what Penix got to do. They like to incorporate the play action, faking the handoff. You know what play action does. And take advantage of Bijan Robinson, one of the best in the league. Penix is known for, he was scouted as having a strong arm, so they want to incorporate deep passes and stretch the field. We'll see if they do that, man. I haven't seen that. I watched them in the preseason. They didn't show too much yet. But I'm really interested in what they're going to do, man, because a lot of this is on the quarterback and Zach Robinson, what they come up with. But the offensive line is going to be the key, which is I didn't mention this with the Bucs because we weren't really talking about the rosters, but the Bucs have one of the best offensive lines in football, and I think that really helps when you got the best player in football behind center. And then on defense, you got Jeff Ulbrich, 47 years old. He was Falcons. He came on this year. He was interim DC back in 2020, and he also was on the Jets. And interim coach as the Jets too, man. But he has his coach vibe, man. I like Jeff Ulbrich. But that team fell apart once they were just stupid. It's the Jets. They were 23rd in points allowed per game last year. But the Jets under Ulbrich were 9th scoring defense over the last 3 seasons combined. So that's pretty good. 21 points a game. Nice this time. Defense is going to be multiple. 3-4 is the base, but they're still flexible. You can't really stay in the 3-4 with the NFL now with so many wide receivers. So that's something you just can't do that, man.
Oh shit, not good.
So they're going to attack and improve the pass rush. Pass rush is what he wants to do because they've been saying it for years. If you know any Falcons fans, they say that the Falcons can't get to the quarterback. So Ulbrich is saying he's going to get there. They're going to do a lot of zone out of that 3-4 when they're in the base, but it's probably going to be a lot of nickel, which means 5 defensive backs on the field. And they do have good secondary, though. So we'll see what he does with that. That's pretty much it for Schif's Falcons. And a few of our listeners like the Falcons as well. I know they're going to talk shit and say I was wrong about stuff. Let's move on to the Punchable Face Squad. This is it, man. This is it.
You are trash!
That's just, I don't know, man. This is the Saints. I know Skip's going to like that I did that. I know we got Saints fans, but sorry, man. Y'all probably in for a shitty time. You got the most punchable face coach in the league in Kellen Moore. Look at this, man. I just Googled him. That's what it looks like, man. This is this guy, man. And then Doug Nussmeier, he is their offensive coordinator, and you can see Brandon Staley, who was just he was mad punchable last year as the head coach, disgraced head coach of the Chargers. But I think we'll see. He should be good over there in New Orleans. But in New Orleans, brand new staff, new coach, 37-year-old Kellen Moore, punchable face, and this is his first season, of course. He served as OC for the Cowboys. He got everybody was talking about how good he was in Dallas. He was OC in Chargers as well and Eagles. He worked there as well. Obviously, he doesn't have a coaching record, but I don't know why they were just talking about him so much. I remember he was a backup quarterback for the Cowboys back in the day. Offensive coordinator Doug Nussmeier, 54 years old. This is his first year, of course, joining them. The last year, Saints were 21st in total offense, better than I thought. But Nussmeier was on the Eagles. He was a quarterback's coach, and Kellen Moore was on the Eagles, so it makes sense that he took him from there. But their scheme is expected to be aggressive, versatile, expand the route tree, and increase emphasis on 11 personnel, which means 1 running back, 1 tight end. So that means 3 wide receivers on the field. So we'll see. I really don't have any prediction. I think they're going to suck. Obviously, they're going to suck because of their roster, because right now they're in cap hell. But I just think I say 3 years. That's my guess. 3 years he'll be out of there and they'll be starting over again. And hopefully they could get a good quarterback to build off of. I don't know. Defense, Brandon Staley, 42 years old. This is his first year, obviously, on that staff. Saints defense last year, 30th in the league. Yikes. Last year, Staley was assistant head coach for the 49ers. Defense ranked 17th in points allowed per game. He's known for having he's a Vic Fangio tree member, so he runs that 3-4. The cover 3. It's like mainly a zone thing. Keep him in front of you, make your tackles. So it's that's the core. Is this zone defense? Cover 3, match zone, defender, get your area, watch the players in your area, communicate with each other. So they like players that are high IQ. They run 3 on the defensive line. And that means this defense is shifting from a 4 defensive line front, which is normally tough on your roster because you have to bring more linebackers on staff and get rid of some linemen. So shifting like that is probably hard for the GM to do. That might be tough. People don't talk about that enough. When you switch from a 3-4 to a 4-3, might take 2 years to get that right. But too high safety look is what Staley's known to use to disguise the coverage, confuse quarterbacks if he can. He said he wants to be flexible enough to defend against all types of offenses, blah, blah, blah. Sounds like coach speak, but he's going to focus on strength, blah, blah, blah. He said that too. But disguising, cover 3, keep him in front, be smart. It's basically what he's trying to do. So it's considered sophisticated. Vic Fangio is one of the best in the game, and he's a student of him. And he had a good defense, but he was kind of under McVay. But then when he was the head coach of the Chargers, yeah. That's it for the Saints. Let's move on to the final team of the day, the Carolina Panthers. And this is a team that they're getting a little bit of buzz, actually. People think they're going to be better, blah, blah, blah. The end of the year, the quarterback looked better. People think Canales really worked out, got to Bryce Young. But Canales is the head coach. He was hired last year. They got a weird-ass owner. We've talked about him a lot, Tepper. But maybe he accidentally got the right guy. He's 44 years old, so that's a good sign. If he is the right guy, he got a young coach. So this will be his second season. He spent 13 years as an assistant under Pete Carroll, one of the best coaches in the league. He's just I shouldn't say, maybe a future Hall of Fame is what I would say. He's 103 years old. But he was there with the Seahawks. His record's 5-12, unfortunately, because he was there last year with that shitty team. And but the team, I don't know what else he could do. Didn't have a good roster. But he's got Brad Idzik as his counterpunchable face there. Brad Idzik is his offensive coordinator, born in 1991, bro. Jeez. So this is his second year. Last year, they were 23rd in points per game. Yeah. Idzik was wide receivers coach for the Bucs in 2023. And their offense was 4th, so I don't know. Maybe he saw it bring some stuff there. I don't know. They're gonna. Canales is kind of the offensive mind. Idzik is considered the offensive coordinator, but it depends per game. Like they decide who's gonna call the plays. But they run a West Coast. They do a lot of running and play action, like we said about the Bucs. So they just try to get their first downs and make their way downfield in little chunks. They establish the run a lot, focus on that, and protect the quarterback. And that's pretty much it. West Coast, keep the ball moving, get downfield, scoring position. All right, and defensive, we got Ejiro, who is considered a really good defensive mind around the league. He got a lot of buzz. He's 44 years old. He was hired by the Panthers in 2023. He's a rare type of coordinator that was there after somebody got fired. So this is his 3rd year on staff. So I think that's a good sign. They were 32nd in points allowed per game, though. So it's one of the worst defenses actually in NFL history. Yikes. They were 32nd in total defense and 32nd in rush defense. God damn. I didn't know they did that bad. But they kind of were dumping players out of the team. So I don't know. He's also Vic Fangio, School of Defense. It's one of the most popular in the league. He runs basically out of a 3-4 base, zone behind it, lineman, fat lineman in the middle, nose tackle, you know how it is, and linebackers going after the quarterback, edge rushers going after the quarterback. So he's too high safety look, disguised just like Brandon Staley, and he does a lot of zone and match the same way as Staley, as we were just talking about. So it's about technique and smart players making right decisions. And he doesn't blitz that much, opposite of Todd Bowles, who blitzes more than everybody. So he was praised in the past, but he had a shitty run last year, man. When he was at Denver, everybody loved that defense, but I don't know, man. It might be a short leash over there. Good luck there, Ejiro. They were talking about him as a possible head coach back when he was in Denver. But yeah, that's about it. That's the NFC South. I hope I didn't bore y'all too much. I didn't use this enough.
You can call me Champ.
Oh shit, not good.
So I used a lot right there. I hope I didn't fuck y'all's ears up with that. But yeah,
that'll be the last time that I address it.
Okay, thank you, Mike. We're gonna go. I'll be back soon. We did the East already. NFC South now. The next one will be the NFC West, and I might be alone again, but I don't know.
I'm totally embarrassed and totally ashamed.
I'll do what I can, man. But I'm gonna keep these coming to you. I hope you found this informative though, and it might help you because these are leading up to our guessing who's gonna be the trying to figure out who's gonna win the divisions. Coach and quarterback combo. That's the key. We got to win that bet, man. We're going to make that bet, and we're going to win that bet. All right, you hear that? Horns. That means either a wonderful episode's on the way, or you just heard something awesome, and that's what just happened. All right. Thanks for checking it out, and I'll be back soon, man. We'll be doing the NFC West soon, like I said. Appreciate y'all. I've been Jonathan Rollins. No Schif. See y'all next time. Peace. Later, y'all.